You're watching WEAR News, the Morning Current on WFGX.
And welcome on into the Morning Current. I'm Jared Willis.
I'm Laura Hussey. Keep your socials open. Hit us up on any of those platforms with questions and comments. We got a lot to cover today. Let's start with oil prices, still climbing after President Trump's apparent rejection of Iran's latest proposal to end the conflict.
They are apparently demanding control over the Strait of Hormuz. Been closed now for what, 10 weeks? A lot of oil, a lot of other products not getting to their destinations, can't get through until something of a deal is made, perhaps.
Now, these shipments are a significant share of the world's oil exports, and so it's taking a toll around the world, not just on us. But here in the U.S., the president now says he wants to suspend the federal gas tax indefinitely in an effort to bring prices down.
By the way, that would require congressional approval, and to date, Congress has not thought it was a great idea.
Big Memorial Day holiday on the way. Lots of people trying to do business in the meantime. AAA reports gas prices have gone up by more than 50% since the war began in February.
Aria Circa here this morning talking about the federal gas tax and what might happen if it is paused. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, that gas tax is used to maintain roads and infrastructure. It adds roughly 18 cents to every gallon of gas and 25 cents to diesel, a major expense for trucking companies that haul goods across the country. Marco Antonetti drives a semi-truck for one of those companies. They pay for his fuel, but he says drivers who own and operate their own trucking business are out of luck these days.
Tomorrow morning I go with fuel up, $700, you know, when it used to be $400, you know what I'm saying? My company car caps out at $700, so if it doesn't fill the fuels all the way, I'm kind of stuck like Chuck. You know, I gotta manage it right. I gotta do what I gotta do, you know, and work with my logs as well. Like I can't go over my time, you know. It's just a lot of it was easier months ago. You know what I mean? It was easier months ago.
Truck drivers say even a small drop in diesel prices could save companies hundreds of dollars a week and ease rising shipping costs. President Trump would still need approval from Congress before drivers can see any changes at the pump. According to CBS, the gas tax pause would cost the federal government about $500 million per week. Laura, Jared.
And yes, with Memorial Day, summer travel right around the corner, where do you stand? How much would gas have to go up before you cancel your travel plans?
Yeah, this is really interesting. You can see how the results are unfolding on the screen, and 50% of folks are still saying, I will never cancel my plans. If you'd like to weigh in, scan that QR and we will bring you the final results tomorrow morning.
Save on the souvenirs, I guess. It is 7:03 and traveling not so great today.
Yeah, a little bit messy out there. It's kind of a wicked morning drive, Brooke.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a wet morning commute for you, so just give yourself a little extra time. We are looking at the rain moving through right now, Okaloosa Island. We're certainly seeing that. It is going to be looking wet as we go into, I would say, the next hour or so now. You can see Mobile, it's already starting to clear out. We are now looking at the tail end of this wet weather, but we are still looking at it through Baldwin County, Northwest Florida. Still looking at the showers, but it is going to slowly taper off now. Temperature wise, we're still warm, 60s, 70s. We are going to have temperatures warming up 70s and 80s for your highs as you head into your afternoon. So it is going to warm up. We could even see a chance of some sun peeking through by later this afternoon. So it's going to be looking completely different as you head home. But heading out and about today, we do have a wet morning. Even if the rain has just come to an end for your area, it is still going to be wet roadways that you'll be dealing with through those morning hours. You'll be getting into the mid 70s by the time you hit about 1 p.m. We could still see a few lingering isolated showers by later this afternoon, but it would be very isolated.
Let's go outside and check out the traffic situation. This is 110. The rain, the only issue for you this morning.
You never know who's watching. This morning, big box stores, some of them taking new steps, controversial new steps to prevent crime.
They are planning on putting cameras in the parking lots with those automated license plate readers, kind of like the flock cameras we have all over the place.
Yeah, Home Depot and Lowe's part of that group. Apparently recently a theft ring targeting Home Depot had spread across 9 states. That led to millions of dollars in losses for them. So These cameras capture your license plate number.
Not only that, the date, time, and location used a lot by police around these here parts, of course. Flock cameras across Northwest Florida. Law enforcement agencies are embracing the technology, saying it cracks down on crime.
But critics worry a network of thousands of cameras like this could become a nationwide mass surveillance system.
They can literally trace almost exactly where I've been just by connecting all of the different data points based upon that license plate number. I can find out where somebody lives just based upon tracking their data. They can recreate my morning probably better than I can recreate my morning.
Well, Home Depot and Lowe's insist they do not share information with third parties. Lowe's says it only shares information if required by law enforcement.
And Home Depot says they do not grant federal law enforcement any access to their data.
Good to know. We'd like to know what you think about this. Do you really think that retail stores should have data collecting cameras in their parking lots?
Right now, 67% are saying yes. If you'd like to weigh in, scan that QR and let us know what you think. We'll bring you the final results tomorrow morning.
All right, Keela Richardson not coming home as the idol, but as close as you can get.
Oh my gosh, we are still so proud. Keela placing third last night in the Idol finale. This was after really a whirlwind of 4 months, which saw her praised by the judges and America week after week.
Yeah, there were watch parties all over town last night as voters chose between Keela, Hannah Harper, and Jordan McLaughlin. In the end, Missouri's Hannah Harper was crowned the American Idol, but Keela performed twice, first singing Unthinkable by Alicia Keys, who is also a coach. I mean, she just did amazing. She's the American Idol in our heart.
Her second performance, a dedication to, well, you guessed it, Pensacola. Remember, they showcased our fair city, Keela Fest, a parade, of course, the concert at the Hunter Amphitheater. Also showed her visiting the school and family, going for a ride on a jet ski and all the fun things you do in our part of the world.
And then the song she dedicated to Pensacola.
The show, it doesn't end with the result of this show. As we've seen so many times with American Idol, there's as much, if not more, success with folks that don't win. She was able to be on network TV for the same amount of weeks, and I know the drive that she has and that her family has. This is just the beginning for her, and what a special opportunity to be the mayor of a city and to have all of these thousands of citizens care for one of their own like that. And I know we'll look back at this and really say, man, this was the launch of such an amazing career that continues to put Pensacola on the map.
Some people don't always agree with the mayor, but I think we can agree on that.
Well, throughout, he's been saying how great is this to have something that we can just all get behind and get together on.
More to talk about during last night's show. Drew got in on the action in a showdown, a singing showdown with Carrie Underwood.
I'm sure we can find that online somewhere. Apparently, it was pretty fun, and spoiler alert, Drew won, right?
Well, yeah, that's kind of how that happened. A lot of people, 800 plus, commenting so far on social media about her third place finish.
Yeah, Amy says she'll do fine. She's going places lots of people didn't win, had tremendous careers. I think we can agree with that.
Ruth says, you have a beautiful voice. Don't give up. You have put yourself on the map now. Remember us when you're winning your first Grammy.
And Ardelia says something bigger is coming your way.
Yesterday, we did ask you if you're going to watch the fifth season finale of American Idol. Here are your results. 71 said yes. 29 said, got something else to do.
If you have pictures of yourself or your friends at a watch party or really any little vision of your life, we love to share it here on the air. Use the Chime In tab on the website or the mobile to turn in your photos and see them right here.
Back to the hard news. A man accused of randomly shooting at cars with an assault-style rifle. A citizen went in to help stop the alleged gunman. What we know so far about the incident.
And weight loss drugs will be more affordable soon for some people on Medicare. Stay tuned for details of a new pilot program that starts this summer.
But you know what we're going to do now, Laura?
I think we should take a coffee break.
I think you take a breath and sip of coffee.
All right. Efforts are well underway in the U.S. and abroad to prevent any spread of hantavirus.
You know all about this story. The cruise ship in the Atlantic had the hantavirus outbreak. 17 Americans on board. Those Americans, as well as a British national that lives in the U.S., back here in the country.
One American has tested positive for that virus. Right now, they are in the biocontainment unit at the University of Nebraska Medical Center.
Another American showing symptoms. The others are not showing symptoms, but are being monitored, of course. Of those that haven't tested positive, 15 are at the University of Nebraska Medical Center's quarantine unit.
This is all in an abundance of caution. 2 people flown to Emory and Atlanta. Around the world, there are now 11 confirmed and probable cases. That's the combined number that are linked to this cruise ship.
There is no cure, by the way. Early detection, they say, and proper medical care can improve the survival rates.
So we wanted to know how you're feeling. Do you feel safe taking a cruise right now? 75% said no, not right now.
On to Massachusetts. A shooting near Harvard left 2 people with life-threatening injuries.
Police say a gunman started shooting into traffic at cars passing by in Cambridge. The district attorney says the gun used was an assault-style rifle. Officials say a state trooper and a civilian who's a former Marine with a firearm license ended up shooting at the suspect.
The suspect taken to the hospital, identified as Tyler Brown. Police say he'll be charged with 2 counts of armed assault with intent to murder and other charges as well.
The U.S. Coast Guard has now seized the boat owned by an American couple.
The story is not over by any means. It belongs to Brian and Lynette Hooker. Now, Lynette has been missing in the Bahamas since April 4. Her husband, Brian, says she fell overboard from a dinghy while they were traveling back to their yacht.
He says she vanished in the water, but other family members had questions. He says he left to get help when she disappeared. Later, he was arrested and questioned by police, but he was released without any charges.
Came back to the U.S. of A. after saying he would stay in the Bahamas until his wife was found. The boat, called the Soulmate, has been docked to the Bahamas since she went missing. Unclear why the Coast Guard seized that vessel.
People who are enrolled in Medicare will soon have more affordable access to weight loss drugs.
Part of a pilot program runs from July 1 of this year through the end of 2027. Now, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services say it'll cost eligible enrollees, $50 a month.
That copay will cover medications in pill form or injectables. Now, this is only going to apply to FDA-approved weight loss medications.
If you'd like to be eligible, you must be enrolled in a Medicare Part D prescription drug plan or a Medicare Advantage plan that does include prescription drug coverage.
Clinical eligibility requirements will also have to be met for Medicare recipients who qualify.
A couple of big wildfires in Florida, one in the Glades.
Yeah, that's the Max Road fire, and we've been seeing this spreading. It's now at 11,000 acres, 60% contained this morning. The Florida Forest Service, as well as local fire agencies, trying to make sure it does not creep any closer to the Pembroke Pines area. They do say at this point there is no threat to homes.
The 172nd fire burning in South Miami-Dade near Florida City. 300 acres, give or take, 50% containment. The fire has forced a few road closures. You love it so much, we bring it back nearly every day. Actually, we love it so much, we bring it back every day.
I think that's the tree right there. Makes you feel like you're snorkeling or something.
Yeah, it looks nice out down there.
I don't know. There's not much difference this morning between under there and up there. It's kind of all wet and drippy and gray. Yeah. That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, you know, we're looking at some gray skies this morning. It is going to be clearing out over the next few hours, but at least for that morning commute, it's going to be looking similar to this. We have that wet weather this morning. We're looking over our Hardee's camera. We are already seeing the tail end of it. It has already pushed past Mobile. We are still seeing it for South Baldwin County now, clearly seeing it in Northwest Florida. It's certainly raining, but we do have it slowly coming to an end now. It's really just bringing some much needed rain for us, leading to maybe a sleepier, slower morning. Take it nice and easy out on the roadways. We've been dealing with the rain the past few hours, and that just means that we have some wet roads across the area. We do have the heavier rain going to be in parts of Okaloosa County, but it's moving out out into Walton County soon. We do have mainly just light showers left over now. Heading into the rest of your day, you can see that rain chance around through about 9 o'clock. It looks like with that consistent rain. The rest of your day should look fairly calm. We'll have a few clouds around, maybe a few pockets of some showers popping up in the afternoon. It's going to be a little different than what we were seeing this morning, though, a little more isolated. You'll have a few rain chances around, but it does not last too long for the rest of the day. Heading into your Wednesday, we're going to look at some sunshine. This does lead us into a nice, calm, sunny pattern. We're going to be seeing some beautiful weather heading into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and if you enjoy those couple of days, you're really going to like the weekend because it doesn't change. We're still going to be looking at sunshine. Beautiful as we head into your Saturday, making up for our last Saturday with that rain. So we do have some sun this one. Let's take a look at your temperatures now because we have our rain coming through. It doesn't bring a cool down with it. We're in the 60s and 70s right now. We will still get into the upper 70s, low 80s for your highs, and that's going to be what we have past the rain as well. So you can see your highs today, 77, up to about 81 degrees. That's going to be what we hover around through the end of the week. We could be slightly warmer as we head into the end of the week, but we're not expecting a cool down. It's just going to be a little bit drier. We'll have some more sunshine with those warmer temperatures. Let's take a look at your coastal conditions now. Seatow Marine forecast. We should be about 2 feet for the Gulf with winds out of the east-northeast at just about 10 knots. We should start to see some sun peeking out as we head into the afternoon, so we'll be watching for that. Also, our coastal conditions, same thing. It's wet, it's dreary this morning. By the afternoon, it should look a little bit better. Yellow flags are flying this morning, and there's about a 50-50 chance on yellow flags later on today. Just make sure you are watching those flags consistently throughout the day as they can change as conditions change. Let's take a look at your week ahead. You can see we do have your rain chance around this morning. It's going to be that wet weather for you through those morning hours. Heading into the rest of your day, we should see it clear out. A few isolated showers still possible in the afternoon, but it will be more isolated, so not everyone will see that rain. Going into your Wednesday, you'll see mostly sunny skies, and mostly sunny skies will continue through the weekend and even into Monday. Still going to be dealing with a nice dry stretch of weather. Temperatures overall staying anywhere between 81 to 84 with those overnight lows in the 60s.
7:19 now. The quick look out of doors. I-10 near Davis Highway this morning. Again, the rain, the only real issue for you this morning.
After nearly 11 years, Stephen Colbert getting ready for his swan song. Coming up, how he's marking the occasion with other big names in his profession.
Well, Stephen Colbert is reuniting with his late night colleagues leading up to his final show. The Late Show final episode is May 21st.
Last night, he welcomed current late night hosts Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Kimmel, and John Oliver. They all talked about how the gig has changed over the years, including the new emphasis on politics.
Kimmel called out Colbert's fans for not canceling Paramount when The Late Show was canceled, said people dropped Disney when he was pulled off the air for a few days.
Yeah, Thursday Colbert will also welcome his predecessor, the original Late Show host, David Letterman. He passed the franchise on to Colbert when he retired in 2015.
The last truly great late night host, David Letterman, IMO.
All right. Well, anyway, CBS canceled The Late Show last summer after a 33-year run. They said the decision was purely financial, blaming the challenging backdrop of late night.
They say they're losing about $40 million a year on the show. Other folks say it wasn't that, it was simply political.
Yeah, Colbert's final week guest also includes Pedro Pascal, Billy Crystal, Ina Gardens, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Tom Hanks. Don't know who that is.
Well, back in the day, there was a show called Seinfeld.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, speaking of familiar personalities, Today Show host Savannah Guthrie got a new gig, an additional gig, taking her love of Wordle from the couch to the TV.
That's what this country needs, another game show. NBC announced Guthrie will host a new game based on the word game from the New York Times.
Yeah, it's going to feature teams of 3 competing to solve 5-letter word puzzles in what the network calls a battle of smart, speed, and fun. You know, we used to do Wordle around the morning show. Maybe we should do a team.
Maybe so. I think we got some talented. I remember those
Well,
days.
they're shooting the show in the UK.
Oh, vacation.
I would love that. Let's go. What are you talking about?
Well, it says right here they're recruiting contestants for the first season right now. You can apply online. And as you probably know, Wordle went viral back in 2022. They say they've been working on this for years.
So if we're going to do it, it's a battle of smart, speed, and fun. Who's who here? Smart's
Oh,
not me.
dear.
That'd be Laura. Speed would be Brooke, and fun would be me.
I guess you've got to
Look
be
at, see, we're going to apply on the next commercial break.
Mr. Fun.
Chime In is sponsored by Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
Take a look at this. This is from Wilk West. Daughter-in-law, he says, with a brand new puppy. That is Teddy.
Oh, yay.
And this is from Gary Hack. Oh, this is Nikki. What a beautiful dog.
Hi, Nikki. Stay with us on the Morning Current. A massive brawl in a Destin bar getting a lot of reaction. The people are now facing charges.
Good morning. It is 7:28.
We are rolling through the morning current, and we want to bring in meteorologist Brooke Richardson because as you head out the door this morning, you're going to have a little rain to contend with. Hello.
Hey, good morning. And we are going to be dealing with that rain. Good news is it is just fairly light. It's consistent, but it is going to be light, not going to be looking at the heavy thunderstorms. It's just going to be creating those wet conditions for the roadways. So you want to make sure you're giving yourself that extra time to navigate it. You can see we're seeing a lot of that rain around the entire area. Mobile, one of the spots where we are seeing it just now starting to clear up. So we do have the end of it there. It is going to come to an end shortly. We'll give it the next hour or so. You can see our temperatures are in the 60s, upper 60s. We will get into those 70s and 80s still today. So it is still going to warm up despite the rain that's moving in right now. Make sure you do have all of the rain gear out as you are heading out and about. We do have those wet conditions across the board. All of us dealing with at least some rain overnight, and some of us still dealing with those showers. We're going to be seeing the low 70s through about 11 a.m. and then we should start to get into those upper 70s and low 80s today. There's a chance of some sunshine later this afternoon as well. We're going to be talking about what we can expect after this rain moves out and what is in store for the weekend coming up.
Checking out your morning drive. Here we are at I-10 in Pine Forest. Moving a little slowly, but that stacks up this time of day. Just allow some extra time. Everybody's dealing with those wet roads.
A former Okaloosa County deputy appeared in court yesterday.
That former deputy, Eddie Duran, is charged in the 2024 shooting death of senior airman Roger Fortson.
The shooting happened while Duran was responding to a call of domestic disturbance. That's when prosecutors say he wrongfully shot the airman at his home. Duran was arrested and released from jail in August of 2024, bond at $100,000.
Now, the terms of that bond require him to stay within the bounds of Florida's First Judicial Circuit. During his pretrial hearing, Duran requested permission to travel out of the area while on bond. He says he wants to see his children. The victim's mother had some words to say about that.
He out on bond. He can talk to them, sit with them, wrestle with them, play games with them, play hide and seek with them. He can do so much. You know, the only thing I can do is go to a cemetery.
Roger Fortson's mother, Mika, who also told the judge that she fears for her safety.
She says she has peace of mind knowing Duran can't leave the area. She lives in Decatur, Georgia. Okaloosa County judge refused to change the terms of Duran's bond. Court documents show another pretrial hearing is set for early July.
5 people are now facing charges in a bar fight in Okaloosa County.
Deputies called to Coyote Ugly on Harbor Boulevard about 3:30 in the morning Sunday. While deputies were removing a person from the bar, multiple fights broke out inside.
And deputies say those fights later spilled into the parking lot, and at the height of it all, they say 40 to 50 people were involved, and they had to call in additional units.
2 men, 3 women arrested, charged with either disorderly conduct or resisting arrest.
The Escambia County Sheriff's Office says they have confirmed 2 shootings involving BB guns are connected.
2 people hit, suffering minor injuries. During both, the driver of a white pickup truck pulled up, fired the BB gun out of the window. Sheriff Chip Simmons says both victims have no idea why they were targeted.
He also says deputies are looking at surveillance video right now from both locations. Both victims told deputies the shooter was a white male, but no further information has been released.
If you think you know who it might be, you can call the Crime Stoppers website and you can remain anonymous.
President Trump perhaps looking forward to the next Republican presidential ticket. He polled a crowd at the White House Rose Garden to see who they might want in 2028.
Okay, let's go. You ready? Who likes J.D. Vance? Who likes Marco Rubio? All right. Sounds like a good ticket.
The president gave the crowd the choice between Vance and Rubio, called it a dream team. Neither one, by the way, formally announcing their candidacy for 2028.
President Trump has named his pick to lead the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
If confirmed by the Senate, Cameron Hamilton will return to FEMA after being fired as acting administrator last year. At
that time, Trump and then Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem had floated the idea of eliminating FEMA entirely. Hamilton was pushed out after testifying to Congress that he was against that idea.
Hamilton served 10 years in the Navy, former Navy SEAL, also worked for Homeland Security, managing emergency medical technicians at the southern border.
It is 7:32 now. Today, in just a short amount of time, the Pensacola Police Department gathers to honor fallen officers.
The annual Law Enforcement Memorial Service is set for 9 o'clock this morning at Pensacola Police Headquarters on North Haines Street. Everyone is invited to attend.
And yesterday, the Escambia County Sheriff's Office remembered their deputies in a memorial ceremony. Families, deputies, and community leaders came out paying tribute to those who never made it home. We talked to the family of Deputy Sheriff Floyd Doug Heist, who was shot and killed in 1980 while trying to negotiate the release of a hostage in an armed robbery.
I became a corrections officer, and my ex-wife, my son, and my daughter became one. I'm retired now, and my son retires in 4 years.
We mention her name once a year, but they live with us every day. Every day they live with a loss. Some for 5 years, some for 45 years, but it never seems to diminish it.
This year's memorial also honored Deputy Jeremy Cassidy, whose name was newly added to the wall. There are now 16 deputies and 2 canines on that memorial wall.
Coming up, nearly 24 beagles rescued from a research facility in Wisconsin, starting a new life in Northwest Florida. The local rescue that's taking them in and how you can help.
And Netflix facing a new lawsuit. Texas, what do they say that Netflix isn't doing with all our data, despite promising never to share it? Never.
All right, just a moment before you head out into a wet morning. Perhaps take a breath, take a sip, enjoy a coffee break.
Nice hot cup of coffee, or in this case, a very cold cup of coffee. That's all right. Still good.
Beagles that were rescued from a research facility in a very high-profile case are finding new chances, really a new life in Northwest Florida.
Video shared by Alaqua Animal Refuge in Freeport. They have 20 of the beagles from the Ridgeland farm. commercial breeding research facility in Wisconsin. You know the story, I'm sure.
Yeah, 1,500 beagles were released from Ridgeland in all, and a deal with animal welfare groups allowed facilities to avoid animal cruelty charges. The dogs are going to rescues across the country, and they are popping up on my feed everywhere.
And this was a really big case. These 1,500 dogs were released, again, after some horrible allegations against this place. And animal research in general is tough for a lot of folks to stomach. An animal rescue group, a national group, actually purchased their freedom. And then they're sending them to places across the country. But here's the deal. These animals have been in cages. Some don't even know how to drink out of a bowl. They've never been held until now. These are their first hugs you're watching. They've never run around outside. This is just an amazing thing for Aliquot to be involved in.
They're looking for a little assistance in doing all this. Financial assistance. You can sponsor a dog, a beagle, donate to the cause and find out more. Maybe even, you know, maybe wind up with a dog.
They'll take any help you can get, volunteer, donate, foster. And Brooke, I know, as you know, beagles are a very docile, sweet animal. That's one reason that often they are used in research, sadly.
There's this one video on social media, you can try to look it up, where one of the dogs that was rescued, they take it to this lake, and they don't even put it on the ground, and already he's doing this. Like he wants to swim. He just sees the water and starts air swimming. They melt your heart. They're melting my heart.
Absolutely. Better days for those dogs.
Okay.
We love it.
We move on to this story. It may well be coming from the book of Duh.
But it's a good book.
It's a fine volume. A new study says walking may be crucial to maintaining weight loss. Scientists have narrowed it down to how many steps you should be taking again.
Yeah, the study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, it analyzed data from 18 previous studies in weight loss and physical activity, and they say walking more was not strongly linked to additional weight loss.
But people who kept on walking more steps each day were more likely to keep the weight off over time. Brooke and I are both skeptical over here.
They found people maintain about 1% of their weight loss for every additional 1,000 steps they walked every day. The new number is 8,500 steps a day. That's what they say will maintain your weight loss. Do you know where that number 10,000 came from, by the way?
No.
A Japanese firm that came up with the pedometer. And they just decided that 10,000 was a good number to get people to start walking.
Nice round number.
Yeah, 10,000 sounds good.
So now they're saying about 8,500, but that's not a strict target. And also, diet changes, obviously, behavioral counseling, other things that help maintain your weight loss could be in the mix.
Yeah, they say that diet changes are more impactful during the weight loss phase, and while physical activity was more closely tied to maintaining weight loss.
There you go.
Now we know. Okay, all of our stories are always available every hour of every day on YouTube. Go to youtube.com. Just check for WEAR News, and all our stories are there for your pleasure at your leisure.
Also, stay with us. This is so interesting. The state of Texas suing Netflix. Why they say the streaming giant is spying on kids.
Texas is now suing Netflix. They say that Netflix spies on children and is intentionally addictive.
Texas is claiming Netflix falsely said it does not collect or share customer data, all the while tracking, even selling viewers' habits and preferences to advertising technology companies.
They also claim Netflix uses features to keep people watching, auto-playing a new show right after another. You've seen that, of course. Lawmakers want Netflix to stop collecting user data and disable the autoplay on children's profiles.
They're also seeking injunctive relief and civil penalties.
U.S. Supreme Court extending for a little bit access to the abortion pill.
An administrative stay that was maintaining access nationwide was set to expire Monday. Justice Samuel Alito issued an order extending that to 5 p.m. Thursday.
Now, pharmaceutical companies asked the High Court to reverse a lower court's ruling that would bar the abortion pill from being prescribed virtually and sent through the mail.
This all started with the state of Louisiana, which was arguing that federal regulators did not consider the safety risks when they allowed the abortion pill to be mailed. Drug makers answered that by saying this drug, mifepristone, has a lower rate of adverse effects than penicillin or Viagra.
Do we have a nice live shot here?
I think we do. Oh my gosh, it is nice.
Oh, wow. Oh, you can see Mount Rainier.
Yes. Morning in Seattle, Mount Rainier in the background. It looks like rainy Seattle actually has a little more sunshine.
I was just about to say we switched weather. What's going on here?
It's upside down world. There we go.
It's
you know
Friday.
the state flower of Washington?
What?
Mildew.
Oh, stop.
Oh. Okay, but we're the one getting the rain and they're the one getting the sunshine.
There we go.
So
all right.
They're getting the last laugh here. But we do have some wet weather to contend with this morning. So just give yourself a little extra time. I was just looking at the radar and it is starting to move out. So we are not going to be dealing with it too much longer. But even as that rain comes to an end, we'll still have the wet roadways. We were seeing some decent rain overnight. So it is still going to be quite wet out there, even though that rain is starting to just become a little bit lighter. Looks like Vanessa's moving our camera. You can see those clouds that we were seeing right now. Let's take a look at your radar right now. You can see where we do have just light showers already out of Mobile. We're starting to see some breaks apart in parts of Escambia, Santa Rosa County. Heaviest rain is going to be offshore and now in Walton County, around Wright, Destin, maybe a little bit of some of those more moderate showers, but give it just a little bit longer. It should be out of here by about 9 o'clock. You can see it is going to be through Walton County. Today I'm out of Walton County. So it's not going to be lasting long for us. We'll still have a chance of some rain for the afternoon. Isolated little pockets of some showers, maybe some heavier pockets mixed in here, but it is very isolated. So not everyone will see that rain later on, and that will be the end of it. Look at what happens after the rain moves out. We're going to have some sunshine, and it will look nice heading into your Wednesday. Beautiful sunny skies, sunshine heading into your Thursday, and we will keep the sunshine around heading into the end of the week. So some beautiful weather on tap for you if you are ready for a nice sunny weekend. I know we kind of got some wet weather on this past Saturday. We're going to make up for it this weekend. Let's take a look at your conditions now. Temperature-wise, we are in the upper 60s to the mid 60s for some of us. We will still get into those upper 70s for this afternoon. Some of us even in the 80s for your highs. So it is still going to be warm. That rain does move out and we'll have a few little breaks in the clouds. We'll see a little peak of sunshine or two. So you will be seeing temperatures upper 70s, low 80s for your highs as we go into this afternoon. So it is still going to be a warm day. And then after this, we do still have that warm weather to last all the way into that weekend and the beginning of next week. So really just a copy and paste forecast after today. After those showers come to an end, it's just going to look nice. Sea-time rain forecast, 2 feet for the Gulf. Winds are out of the east-northeast at just about 10 knots for today. Again, we could start to see some sunshine peeking through later on this afternoon. As for your coastal conditions, we do have your yellow flags flying, and there is a good chance that we could keep those yellow flags as we go throughout your day. Just remember to watch those flags consistently throughout the day as conditions can change. Let's take a look at your week ahead. You can see we do have that rain chance around this morning. It is looking quite wet out there right now. You will have the rain chances starting to move out as you head later into that morning, afternoon. We will have an isolated chance of a few pop-up showers in the afternoon, but it does look isolated. The rest of the day should look nice. And then as you head into your Wednesday, we're going to see some sunshine. It's going to be a completely different day, and then that is going to be a similar forecast to what you'll have through the weekend and the beginning of next week. Overall, your highs will still stay warm, low to mid 80s for your highs, with those overnight temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, even seeing 70s possible through the overnight. It is just going to be a lovely day for you starting Wednesday, and that is just going to be a gorgeous forecast to last into the weekend.
Sadly, we need to tell you about a fatal crash in Okaloosa County. It happened on I-10 at mile marker 51, east side of Crestview. The Florida Highway Patrol tells us this was a single vehicle crash. A pickup truck out of Texas ran off the road and into the tree line, troopers tell us, and that's about all they have for us at this point. So be advised that is going to affect your morning commute, I-10 at mile marker 51.
We'll talk about those really cool Meta glasses, not just for recording the world around you. Oh, the things they can do. On the way. Well, I don't know.
Pensacola Police Department is having to move the location of their law enforcement memorial ceremony this morning. We just talked about it a few minutes ago. Starts in just over an hour. They'll be honoring officers lost in the line of duty and their families.
Weather, obviously, the problem, moving it from HQ to the Mission Anglican Church on North Alkanese. Start time remains the same at 9 o'clock, and everyone, of course, is invited to attend.
All right. Let's talk about Meta's new AI-enabled glasses. They have a whole new slate of features that take the technology apparently to the next level.
Apparently, Jared's very interested in these new Meta AI glasses.
Earlier, they just would record what's going on, which is particularly obnoxious, but okay.
Creepy, yeah.
But now there's so much more that they can do with a new model. It can answer questions for you.
Well, that's nice, like anything. For example, if say you're in an art museum, we'll take this one, maybe you're looking at a painting and you want to go, well, when did Van Gogh do this thing? Or who was he dating when he painted it? Whatever, you can ask questions. It
can translate if you're speaking to someone who speaks a language you don't understand. It puts the text up in your lens.
That's pretty cool. It can also be used to calculate a tip on a restaurant by looking at your check.
Just go 20% and round up. It works out easy that way.
Oh my gosh. They say it can help you remember where you parked your car because it can snap a photo and send it to your phone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, it can predict what you need before you know you need it.
Yes, I don't like this part. No.
If it knows you're going to leave the house, which is free, it knows you're going to leave the house, it'll check the weather and traffic. Now, I was reading earlier, there's a newer version coming out that will, we explained this on the earlier show, that if you're at a party or something and someone walks up, you know them, but you can't figure the name, it'll tell you who it is and a little bio. So it'll be like, oh, Brooke, it's so good to see you. Heard you got your personal best at a half marathon. That's great.
As it's just scrolling through.
Wow. Yeah, on second thought, I could use that. All right.
Chime In is sponsored by Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
Alfredo Villamor sent us this one.
Nice.
Woo! Blue Angels at AC Reed. Great capture, Alfredo.
Nicely done. Watch it one more time.
That's cool. Okay, well, this is Baxter and Bailey. This is from Richard Larson. They are so cute. Thank you for sending that in.
Fighting for mirror time on that hair, though.
I like it.
Cute. It's cute.
Oh, gosh. Wait a second. My glasses are telling me it's time to take a break. We'll be right back.
I wonder if they could scroll prompter through it.
They could. Before we go, check this out.
The view from the House of Seven Arches. I'm assuming we've all been Googling really fast on what is Seven Arches Sedona. It's absolutely beautiful.
That is very pretty. Again, they're not seeing the rain that we're seeing.
No, matter of fact, dawn is breaking very kindly on Sedona, Arizona. Thanks for that live shot, you guys. That's nice.
And thank you for spending your morning with us for an hour or so. We'd love to see you tomorrow right here at 7 o'clock.
Have a great one.